Mm, okay.
What the fuck is that?
Okay. Hey guys, how is everybody doing? Continuing on my Omen review series, here are my thoughts on Omen 3, the final something. Wasting no time with this review. I'm just gonna skip to right to the positives and give you the one thing that I could find myself really liking or somewhat enjoying of this film. So, this is the only kill that I generally liked about this film. This was the only kill in this film that I said that was pretty cool, that was pretty intense. And it's when this excuse me, it's like when this president guy, he's like freaking out. He's like seeing illusions. He's freaking himself out. And so something's like going on. They don't really explain it. They don't really go anywhere with it. So he ends up killing himself, which suicide, not a good thing. But the way that he does it, though, I thought was a pretty cool practical effect. I'm not saying suicide is cool or anything. Don't do it. You're not alone. Not all that. Go contact numbers if you were thinking that. So don't commit suicide. And he decides to kill himself, and he has like this whole bunch of people come. People are coming in to interview him or something like that. But he has a gun pointed to him, and he has a string tied around the trigger, and it's tied against the door. And when they open the door, it's gonna shoot him. And when they open the door, it gets him shot through the face. And I thought the practical effects there were very cool. I really liked it. It was really unexpected because I looked away for a brief second because my dad was talking to me about something, and then I look back at the TV, and the next thing I know, I see this guy getting shot in the face with a gun. That kill I thought was pretty cool. I thought the practical effects there were pretty cool. I think that's the only kill in this entire movie to where I said that was pretty gnarly or was cool at all. But yeah, the practical effects there, and it's probably the only kill that's really memorable throughout this film. Moving right on to the negatives. That is the only thing I liked about this film. Negatives wise, the main thing that bothers me with this film, because the Omen franchise is based off a creepy kid. This whole franchise and this whole these entire films, they have been based on creepy little children. That is what the Omen franchise is a creepy kid that is supposedly the son of the devil. That is what the Omen is. That is what this franchise is based off. But you get to this third film, the third and final film of the original trilogy. What do? They take out the kid element and they bring in an adult. You ruin the Omen just from that alone. You don't do that doesn't do anything for the film because the Omen franchise is based off a little kid that's supposed to be cute, that's supposed to be looking innocent, and you're telling yourself, well, he can't be the Antichrist, he can't be the son of the devil. But when you take all of that out and you put in an adult here, and you get this actor who's a grown man, which I'll talk about later. It's you get rid of that. There's no this kid's like he can't be evil. He's only a kid. But when you look at this guy, you're like, and if he does like, and when he does weird things in this film, all you can be like is like, oh yeah, this guy's definitely a murderer. But when you look at that first Omen movie, and when you're told that this is the son of the devil, you don't believe that because it's a 5-year-old and he's cute and he doesn't look like he will kill anybody. Well, now that you take that out, that's more reasonable now. That doesn't make any sense to me. And you take all of that out and you ruin this franchise because of it. Fortunately, this is a person that I really thought was going to be the saving grace of this film. I thought this was going to be one of the better things that might save the film for me. But unfortunately, he's one of the worst things about it, and that is Sam Neill. He plays Damien in this movie. He plays the adult version of Damien. I think Sam Neill, he's a fantastic actor. Almost every movie I see this guy in, he's great. Like, I must remember him from Jurassic Park, like a lot of people probably do. And I think he's great in that movie. Why is there something in my eye? It looks like there's hair in front of my eye or something. But I think a lot of people would say that they remember him from Jurassic Park for good reasons too. But I honestly thought he would be one of the best things about this film. I honestly really thought that. I thought that I was told bad things about this movie. I did not hear anything positive going in, but I heard people saying that Sam Neill was horrible in this film, that he gives the worst performance of his life. But when I was told that, I was like, "Oh, it can't be. That can't be true. Sam Neill's a great actor. He can pull off anything." But nope. This honestly feels that this was one of his first roles that he ever took. I don't know if that's true. I don't know. Excuse me, I keep burping. I don't know if that is one of his first roles or he just did not care, because watching this movie, it does not look like Sam Neill gave a fuck. It looks like he just wanted a paycheck and just wanted to go the fuck home.
Who was cast out from heaven, but is alive in me.
I honestly
That was weird.
feel that he looked at the script of this movie, thought it was dog shit, and he's like, okay, then you're gonna get dog shit acting from me. And he just gave off the worst performance of his life, and nobody just gave a fuck. Especially the monologues that he gives are fucking rough. And there's like three of them, especially the scene where he's like groping the fucking Jesus statue and rubbing his like, you will never stop me, or some bullshit like that. Like, that monologue was fucking rough, dude. Like, ugh. I honestly really hope Sam Neill would be great in this movie. I thought he would be the standout actor here. But another thing is, he just doesn't feel like the role of Damien. He doesn't feel like he is Damien. He just feels like this grown-up politician that's just killing people. He doesn't feel like Damien. He doesn't give off vibes of him. He doesn't give off the energy of him. I get it, he's an adult now, so he might not be that creepy kid anymore. But the entire time I was watching this movie and seeing Sam Neill trying to portray Damien, I could not see that. I honestly feel personally, if you did not tell me this was an Omen movie, and if it didn't say Omen 3, the final contentment or some bullshit like that, I don't give a fuck what the last one was, what the last word was. If that title card did not show up and you did not tell me this was an Omen movie, I generally would not think this is an Omen movie. I would honestly think this is a boring politician film. I don't get into politics. I don't really like talking about them. I'm also not old enough to vote, so there you go. So I'll only watch debates, but I won't really care who wins or loses because it doesn't matter to me because I can't vote yet. However, I just don't like getting into politics. Any movie about politics, or if anybody brings them up, I'll be like, let's talk about something else. But this movie is basically a politic film. What does Damien do? He grows up and he takes the same position as his adoptive father from the first movie. Sure, sure, you did have that in the first movie, and I understand that this is, they say in the first movie that the son of the devil will be raised in the world of politics. So they do something clever. They make him a politician, but cool. But they focus way too much on that. They don't do anything with it, and it just feels like a dumb, fucking, boring politic film that I just don't give a fuck about. I was talking about the in my positive section, the only kill that I like, which had great practical effects and was a pretty gruesome kill. Yeah, none of the rest of these kills are not good. Like, this guy, like, gets thrown off a bridge because his horse, like, freaks out and, like, throws him off. This guy's, like, eaten to death by dogs, and they don't even fucking show it.
Take him.
And, like, other people die, like, babies die, which I'll get into. Like, none of these kills are interesting or good. And when it comes to the Omen franchise, once again, these are accidental deaths. They're like Final Destination kills, I guess you could call them, because that's a more popular franchise, and that's getting a sixth film here later on next year, apparently. And they're accidental deaths. Like in the first film, this guy gets his head cut off because the truck did not fully park, so he accidentally got his head cut off. And then you get this pole that got struck by lightning and got stabbed by a priest because he just saw it happen to be there. And those in the original film, and I guess you could also say the second film, they're accidental deaths. There are things around them that kill them. There are things around them that seem to happen, like either it's an accident or something just went wrong or something like that. But no, none of these are accidental deaths. All of these are just downright murders or suicides, because if you take out the actual omens, which are accidental deaths, and just put them in for murders, it does not do the same thing, because everything around Damien will protect him. If someone tries to kill him, something will come down and kill this person from a simple thing just happening, as it looks like an accident, because it looks like an accident just happened. But no, they just take that in, and Damien is now just a full-blown murderer. He sends dogs after people. He has someone kill themselves. It's like, none of these are good kills, and it doesn't live up to the fucking omens. Probably the biggest thing about this movie. Now, I'm a huge horror fan. As you can tell, I'm a huge horror fan. But there are a few boundaries that I feel you should never cross in a horror film. We all have our pet peeves about horror movies when it comes to killing a certain thing. Either it's killing a dog, or else it's sexual assault, something like that. When there's for some people there are certain boundaries in a horror film you cannot cross. And for my father and me both, it's about killing a dog. I can't watch a dog killed, but I can sit there and see it happen, but I won't like it. But that is not my negative. My biggest negative with this film is about killing babies. I hate to see a horror film cross the boundary of harming a baby or killing a baby. I cannot watch that. It will destroy my enjoyment. And they actually fully show it like a priest like strangles one to death. They cut off oxygen to some in a hospital. They have one that is in a stroller and ends up getting hit by a car because the mom accidentally let go because of an accident, and so it rolls down the street, gets hit by a car. Stuff like that I cannot do for a horror film, and if you cross that boundary, then you ruin my enjoyment of your film, which I wasn't even enjoying the film at all. And then you bring that in, and it destroys more of my enjoyment. I cannot watch a baby die. I can't stand that. That's just one of my biggest pet. That's my biggest pet peeve when it comes to a horror movie. And if you kill a baby, then you ruin my enjoyment, and you're crossing a boundary. And this film does that, and it completely destroyed any enjoyment that I tried to have with this film. Final negative is the way Damien is defeated, where this whole trilogy, these entire films have been leading up to Damien versus Jesus, Damien versus God, or the Satan coming out of hell to fight to conquer Earth, or God will come down to fight Satan and Damien. We don't know. We were waiting for that answer, but what do they do? Damien falls for a stupid fucking trick that this lady will actually bring him to Jesus, and when his guard is down and he's trying to find Jesus, the girl that tricked him comes up behind him and stabs him in the back. That is how Damien is defeated, and that is how this film ends. First off, do you know how many fucking people have tried that in these last three films, and you want to know what happened to them? Oh yeah, they fucking died. They didn't even get a hair from Damien. They didn't even come near fucking close to killing Damien. But it looks like these people just did not give a fuck. It's like, oh, his guard is down. It doesn't matter. That's not how this fucking works. It has.
Done! Fuck you! 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 I'm done!
I don't understand that's the way they decided to kill Damien. I just don't understand that's the approach they took. That makes no fucking sense. And his death is basically just kneeling down on his knees, just like, you have won nothing.
You have won nothing.
And then he just collapses and dies, and then the credits roll. The last two films that we watched were leading up to the big moment of Satan and God fighting, or Damien and God or Jesus fighting. That is what we were meant to hope. But nope, we get Damien just getting stabbed in the back with his guard down. That is how you end your film. That's how you end your trilogy. Good fucking job. Needless to say, guys, I do not like this film whatsoever. It is not a good film, and it's not a good conclusion to this trilogy. It is not a good conclusion to Damien's story whatsoever. It is just not a good film, period. I think this movie is absolutely horrible. It is a unsatisfying end to a trilogy. It is an unsatisfying end to Damien's story, and don't even bother with this film if you're wondering how Damien's story ends or where the second film goes off from there. Don't even check this movie out. Just picture it yourself. Make up your own ending in your own head, and I guarantee you that'll be a better ending than what this film gave me. So, absolutely a disappointing film and an absolutely horrible film. I do not recommend this film whatsoever, even if you even loved the last two films. What do you guys think about The Omen 3, The Final Conflict? Have you seen this? What do you think about it? Do you like this movie? Do you for some reason like this movie? Or are you like me and you don't think it's a very good movie? Do you actually think this is a very good ending to Damien's story? Let me know in the comments below and we shall talk about it. And if you like this video, like it. If you loved it, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you will get notified for the rest of my Omen review series. And of course, until my next video, I'll see you all next time.